I now give the floor to the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation.
Thank you, Mr. President. At the outset, we are grateful to you for the text of the oral decision for the rollover of the issue of Security Council reform to the 76th session of the UNGA. We also thank you for your leadership in this process and the accusations that were heard from the permanent representative of Germany today. We are of the view that they're entirely inappropriate. In our view, the oral decision reflects the discussion that took place this year accurately on the reform and the leadership of the co-facilitators. From year to year, the oral decisions were balanced and short texts, which are clearly reflected in the document that we are examining today. In the next GA session, there are two documents that are rolling over. The revised text by the co-facilitators and the framework document from 2015, which is of great concern for many members of the Council. We are of the view that this document, the decision, should be adopted without any amendments. We find it unfortunate that the G4 decided to take consensus away from this document and to add their amendment to it. In our view, they didn't only move the discussion into a confrontational stage, but could also threaten the entire intergovernmental negotiation process. And this is unacceptable. This is irresponsible. The oral decision may not be adopted. It is being undermined. Today is a time for us to protect this IGN and support the oral decision in the form that it was presented to the General Assembly. Only in this way will we be able to maintain consensus in such an important process for us all. And consensus is the key to success in this reform process. We must ensure what we have achieved this year and in all previous years is maintained. Let us do so in a way so that our disagreements on this reform process will not lead to the loss of something even more valuable, our negotiation format. It's strange to us to see these attempts to reach results, which is what the G4 keeps repeating, and attempts to compromise and delegitimize this intergovernmental negotiation process. This, in the substance, is what the amendment by the G4 is doing. Unfortunately, the G4 is not even basically listening or doesn't want to hear the fact that their amendment is not one that enjoys consensus or universal support. And in any case, we are guided by the fact that amendments being submitted to an oral text in the GA is against the rules. We are not carrying out negotiations on a draft resolution or a decision submitted by a delegation. We are being proposed a procedural decision made by the President of the General Assembly, which should be either adopted or rejected. It is the President of the General Assembly who is the author and the owner of this text. We call on the authors of the amendment to withdraw them and join consensus. We wish to stress that the amendment proposed by the G4 could undermine the entire reform process. We also call on all delegations to support the UNGA President's decision in unchanged, without any oral amendments and without the amendments of the G4. And we expect your support. Thank you.
I thank the distinguished representative of the Russian Federation.